and this is the first time I do this. I'm not like a tax advisor or anything, but I just did a study of cost segregation, like an accelerated cost segregation for some of my rental properties.
Mhm.
And I mean, the amount
Well
of
worth it.
oh my God. I mean, the amount of tax savings
Mhm.
is unreal. So like, I think this is also another reason that it's a good time to buy real estate, or whenever is a good time, is if you have an income that, an active income that you're gonna have to pay a big chunk of taxes on, you could depreciate a house over the 27 and a half years. It's fine. I mean, I'd encourage you to Google this, right? I'm going to skim over a couple things, and I'm not a tax guy, but you could also like depreciate that 27 and a half years in 1 year.
Yes.
You don't get it further on. That's fine. Okay. But man, that, like, let's say you bought a house for 300,000. When you do that study, you might get a tax saving this year of like 20 grand or 15 grand, right? I'm just throwing out numbers. This might not be exactly accurate, but with just 6 properties of mine, I was getting a tax saving of over 6 figures. And these are not like expensive properties. And I'm like, oh shoot, like I'm not gonna have to like,
You're not gonna pay taxes.
Be very little.
Yeah.
Or I'm not paying taxes. So
Yeah.
this is like, real estate gave me that. Like I'm not a genius. Like this wasn't drawn out. It's just own the real estate, and then the benefits from being an investor kind of like trickle, 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 trickle. So that's another like great reason. I know this is a real estate podcast, so I'm sure people are already sold on buying real estate, but even more because the questions I get now at the meetups or masterminds or some of my team members, they're just like, yeah, but the prices are high. Should I still buy it? It's like, well, I honestly, like, this is the value proposition of real estate. And this is the, like, price is here. And then there's all these value propositions. I mean,
Yes.
you choose,
Yep. I mean, it's the key. The rates are so cheap. You can afford to. The cost segregation analysis, which you're talking about, I got that done. It's in the process being done on a property in Wyoming. It's going to save me between $50,000 and $90,000 for tax for the year. So, I mean, that's humongous, considering the bill I paid the year before for taxes was ridiculous because I wasn't utilizing that. One, I wasn't utilizing it. And 2, I didn't have enough rentals. So I'm in a weird situation. This year. I'm actually selling all my rentals in Pennsylvania, and I'm going to be buying more here and in Wyoming and in probably Texas, Tennessee, all these zero income tax states, because I don't have to worry about filing returns in all these different states. That drives me nuts. So I'm going to concentrate on just doing that, getting them all out of Pennsylvania, focusing on Florida, Wyoming, Texas, and maybe Tennessee there, and doing a cost segregation analysis, because there's nothing more valuable than that. It's amazing what that I'll stroke that check all day long for the cost for that to get the tax savings that you get.
Yeah, it's minimal. Like, I mean,
it is minimal.
Yeah, I mean, I just, if somebody's asking themselves, is it the right time to buy or should I buy? If you find the right deal and you cash flow and you're going to get a locked in mortgage, or, I mean, I'd say yes. I mean, it starts with the deal. Don't overpay too much or anything, but man, it just can be so beautiful when you buy the right properties, and the patience to hold on to them is the hard part for me. And
it is
for many people. Like when you can flip and see a nice check, 50, 60, 80, 30, whatever, you see a check coming in, or you're going to see $382 a month. It's like, okay, but then you quantify also the tax saving, and you quantify if you ever refinance in the future tax-free. Like, so you can either get a 40K check now, $300 a month, plus maybe a 15K tax saving, plus in 3 or 4 or 5 years, you could refinance and get 30, 40,000 back tax-free. So I don't know, it's just a different way to your audience to look at it, and maybe think about how it is when you start getting these deals, or maybe you're already getting deals and you can start looking at it in different ways.